in
Please, everyone, please leave the stage. Yes. Please, we want everyone to please leave the stage.
I beg you, you have to open up. Security, I beg you, you. I have put on your camera. I beg you, you have like the camera. I beg you. You people just press a bit.
What's up? Crossing. What's up?
Yes, highly protected.
All of the officials are here seated.
So I like to announce the arrival of the National Campaign Chair, the Senator of Grand Bassa County, the President, Senator Kumar, the rescue man. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we at this time officially call this program to order and begin just about this time. Official endorsement of Honorable Amara Konneh, Senator-elect of Bapolo County / former Finance Minister of the Republic of Liberia, and Dr. Kura, former Planning Minister and Economic Affairs, former Foreign Affairs Minister, and former Vice President for ECWA Commission, here at the Rescue Mission, just about this time. DJ. So the order of our program today is opening prayer, welcome remarks, recognition of guests. We have endorsement statement, and of course we'll be taking endorsement statement from Dr. Toga Gabriel Makitoch, followed by Honorable Amara Konneh, and we'll take special remarks from major political actors here, and of course an official and special statement will be made by the next President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency, Boakai. On this note, I now call, as per our campaign protocol and tradition, I call on Comrade Emmanuel M. Jackson for a moment of battle cry. Amanda! Zekwe, we are endorsement Zekwe, mene rasa Zekwe, we may rasa Zekwe. We have the original endorsement of Boakai endorsement. We have to congratulate all the people that choose Liberia. Our money say Honorable Lieutenant Kumar, we thank you for choosing Liberia. Our 4 million for choosing the Liberian people. Our 4 million. Honorable Mohammed spoke to me saying he has prepared a better plan for you for choosing Liberia. If you want soup for Russia, I don't know, bro, fuck them on Russia, say when you want your children's school fee to be paid, you say
If you want better reference to come down to 1,500, say market women there today when you tell market before you really finish just say when you tell room for the bed before you finish paying the room, the market break out and say of the Muslim combatants and
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. On this note, I now invite on the microphone a representative from the Rescue Prayer Bench to do for us our opening prayer.
in Jesus' mighty name. All protocols have. Father, we thank you for today. We thank you, Lord, for this great endorsement. We thank you, Father, for what you have done. We lift Mama Liberia unto you. And we commit everyone that have come today to endorse this great movement that will liberate this nation. Our God, we say thank you for what you have done for this nation. As we embark upon this journey, oh God, to take this nation to another level, we say that you, oh God, will go before us. As you went before the throne of Israel, Lord, we thank you and we bless you in Jesus' mighty name.
Thank you very much for that powerful prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are witnessing today here at the Rescue Center, this gathering has never taken place or taken part in any part of Liberia. So we are grateful for the great men that are here and the great women that have come to put Liberia first. At this point in time, I'd like to call on the National Campaign spokesperson, partisan, and former Secretary General of the Unity Party, Muhammad Ali, for the welcome remarks.
Thank you. When there are several stand-up bearers here today, so I'd like to say Rescue 1, the stand-up bearer of Alco. Check, is a stand-up bearer, you are welcome. Mr. Chairman, Dr. McIntosh, and Senator-elect, former Finance Minister Amara Konneh, our rescue mother, former Associate Justice Cabinet Janet, the Chairman of ALCO, Dr. Konneh, our own dynamic campaign manager, other dignitaries here, Rescue Antic. We'd like to take this time to welcome every one of you. Like the battle cry said, this is no small endorsement today. We are witnessing an endorsement or endorsements coming from two great Liberian giants. People who are movers and shakers of our political landscape. And because of the importance of this endorsement, that's why you see the place is crowded with political leaders. Okay, Congress, thank you. Thank you, Congress. Thank you. So we want to take this time to welcome our partisans from all of the alliance parties and those that have come to endorse us. Thank you and enjoy. join the endorsement program. Thank you. Put your hands together for Muhammad Ali. Put your hands together. Thank you. At this point in time, like I said to you earlier, the avalanche of political leaders and actors you see here have never gathered at any center of any political party ever in the history of our party. So you're going to be getting the names of these great men and women are gathered here this afternoon. And to do that task, I call on this microphone the pen pusher of the Unity Party, my own boss, Amon Stewart, who are going to do recognition of our great men. Yes, it's difficult. The great men and women is difficult.
Thank you. Thank you. Basically, we have done recognition of high-level guests here, so we will be a bit strategic in recognizing our guests so that we can catch up with time. We need to listen to great speakers, those who have come to endorse the next president of the Republic of Liberia. So without much ado, I first and foremost want to recognize all of you, partisans of the UP, partisans of the Alliance political parties, and of course all rescue missionaries. All of you are welcome. You're very much welcome. We also want to welcome auxiliaries. We are pleased to welcome the presence here of leaders of great parties. We have Madam Madela Popo. She's the leader of the Movement for One Liberia, and she happens to be rescue angel. We also have the leadership here of the MDR, the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, and we have the leadership represented by its stellar bearer of the Liberia First Movement, Comrade Leader Sheikh Piatet. Sheikh Piatet is one of the presidential candidates at the October 10 polls, and he of course recently endorsed His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Boakai. We are also very much pleased, fellow partisans, to recognize the presence here of one of the grassroots-based political party leaders. Nobody else but the former finance minister of the Republic of Liberia, the leader of the All-Liberian Coalition Party, Honorable Kumar. Thank you. We are very pleased here to recognize the presence of the former Minister of Justice of the Republic of Liberia, the former Associate Justice of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Kabina Janet, who recently endorsed Ambassador Joseph Boakai. Thank you. We are also very pleased to recognize the presence here of the chairman of ALCOP. The chairman of ALCOP is no one but Ansu V.S. Dolly. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to recognize all of you leaders of the various political parties that are here to support the rescue mission. I'm now pleased to recognize the presence, the distinguished ladies and gentlemen, of the former Minister of Defense of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Brownie J. Samuka. We are also pleased to recognize the presence of one of the leaders of the grassroots-based political party. Is nobody else but veteran Alare Tuba of the National Democratic Coalition, along with his chairman, Comrade Siafa Boni, the chairman of the NDC. We are also pleased to recognize the presence of the Secretary General of the National Patriotic Party of the Republic of Liberia, Comrade Kumar. Thank you. We're pleased to also recognize, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the presence here of no one else but Rescue Ente, the Senator of the great county of Bapolu, Senator Boto Kone. Thank you. We are pleased to recognize the presence, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, of a great man, the former Minister of Planning of the Republic of Liberia, the former Vice President, one of the Vice Presidents for ECOWAS, imagine, from Liberia. Currently, he's at the premise of the Unity Party. It's nobody else but Dr. Tota Dewe McIntosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm now pleased to recognize also the presence here of another former Minister of Planning and former Minister of Finance of the Republic of Liberia. And then he said in several portfolio, World Bank, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to recognize one of the newly minted senators of this country, no one else but Senator-elect Amara Konneh. Thank you. Well, so like I said to you, we are doing strategic recognition because of time. Of course, I'm now pleased to recognize the presence of the campaign leadership. We have here the son, a great leader of Boakai County, a great senator of Boakai County, a great national campaign manager of the Unity Party Alliance, Honorable Senator Prince K. Moy. Thank you. We are also pleased to recognize the presence of one of the newly elected representatives of Bapolu County, Comrade Mustafa Warranty. Bapolu County, imagine. And I saw my colleague, a friend, the man who defeated a so-called giant or general, right? We're pleased to recognize the president, the presence of Prince Cole, representative-elect of District number 8, Prince Cole. Thank you. We're going gradually. We're so close the chapter and allow the speakers to speak. We are pleased to recognize here the presence of one of the newly elected representatives, Honorable Amara Konneh of Electoral District number 2. Thank you. So now we are gradually closing in. I'm pleased to recognize, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the presence here of the boasted there of Grand Bassa County, the mother of Grand Bassa County, the great senator of the great county of Bassa, the county of hospitality. She happens to be our national campaign chairperson, Senator Madam Nyomdi Kanga Norway. Thank you. And of course, as we recognize the guests, we see working here the chairman of the Rainbow Alliance, Councillor Emmanuel Tule. Thank you. So we also have the chairman of the Movement for One Liberia, my dear brother and friend Alexander Gibson. And of course we have Honorable Henson Pierre Zulu. We have representative candidates in the dropped. We have almost about 75 of them here. Imagine, I can't call all of them, you know that, right? So we want to recognize all of you. We are pleased to recognize the presence here of the light. The landlord of Monserrado County. The great senator of the great county of Monserrado. Comrade Senator Abraham Darros Delon. Thank you. So we're pleased to recognize our dear brother, the spokesperson, the campaign media coordinator, and of course one of the senior advisors to the incoming president of Liberia, Dr. Amara Konneh. He's our former professor. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to recognize the presence of the International Jugado, the great chairman of the Unity Party, Reverend Dr. J. Luther Tabe. Thank you. Certainly, we're pleased to recognize the presence of all of you, and thank you so very much for coming. Without much ado, it is my honor, fellow partisans, rescue missionaries, Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to recognize the presence of the next president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Mr. Joseph Boakai. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Secretary General of the undefeatable Unity Party. At this time, we told you we are back. Please have it quiet, please. Security, please take charge. Wait. So at this time, we ask all of you to be very attentive as we move to real business. And that has to do with statements of endorsement. And our first endorsement statement is going to be coming from Dr. Toga Gilliam Makitos. So please put your hands together as we call Dr. Toga Gilliam Makitos.
Thank you very much. Rescue 1 and all the rescue captains and lieutenants, allow me, Rescue 1, to stand on existing protocols. This is a statement of endorsement for the Honorable Ambassador Joseph Boakai, presidential day that is coming up. Fellow Liberians, I'm not speaking to the country, and I'm speaking to Africa, and I'm also speaking to the world. Friends of Liberia, members of the press, I bring you all greetings. I call you here today to speak out on few burning issues and to announce the decision I have made regarding my support to the candidate of choice in the upcoming runoff elections come 14 November 2023. I thank you all for honoring my invitation. I thank the leadership of the Unity Party for allowing me to address the nation at its campaign headquarters. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me begin first by stating that my today's decision results from consultations with my constituencies and deep reflection on my part for the soul of the Republic of Liberia. As the nation knows, I have been very active in our political stage during the last 38 years. To remain mute and all neutral at this moment of history in our country's way will be a complete disservice to our people and to the country. For me to keep quiet and be mute, or I just watch the motion, will be a complete disservice to the Liberian people and to our country. As a matter of record, I was at the forefront in the formation of the Coalition for Democratic Change. I was an integral part of the team that drafted the coalition agreement document. I was the voice that announced to the world the breadth of the coalition. I was then selected and I served as the national campaign of the CDC presidential and legislative campaign of 2017. A role, and I want to emphasize this, a role I played with all the ingenuity and resourcefulness that were within my capabilities to secure victory. Liberians were yearning for change, and they flocked behind the movement of Change for Hope during the campaign. They demonstrated their desire at the polls, registering a landslide victory for the CDC. This was 5.5 years ago. And the promised hope for our people have become a lost hope. Today, all social and economic indicators show that the people of Liberia were far from the place where the CDC had promised, leaving our people in total disillusion and heartbroken. After 38 years of advocacy and dedicated work to uplift our country, how can I now, that is the question, after 38 years of service, 38 years of dedicated work, how can I now, in good conscience, ignore the socio-economic devastation of our beloved country and its people are desperately after? Today, for our hearings, our country is on its knees. Consequently, as the 2023 presidential and legislative elections unfolded, and following extensive consultations and reflections, I announced and I gave my support to canvass for Mr. Alexander B. Cummings, the CPP presidential candidate. My choice of him was based on his ability to effectively deal with several convictions I held then and I still hold dearly today. I believe then, as I believe today, that any governance process that is led by a leadership team with a clear visionary path, uncompromising commitments, and a collective sense of purpose will produce the needed results and outcome for our country. I believe then, and still believe today, that an effective governance process starts with recruiting a highly qualified, forward-thinking, and principled leadership, deeply committed to the welfare of the nation, particularly the most vulnerable groups. I believe then, and I still believe today, that given where we are as a people and a nation, Liberians have no choice but to regroup and work together and honestly to rescue Mama Liberia from the current deep hole we find ourselves. I believe then, and I still believe today, that our living conditions are bad and only getting worse by the day, and that our mama Liberia has entered a state of coma. Liberia is in a state of coma. Fellow Liberians, we have a duty to save and fix our dear Liberia, so that the country, our dear country, Mama Liberia, can survive. This is a must. There's no compromise. This is a must. And a precondition if our people are to be lifted out of abject poverty. Sadly, my choice candidate, ABC, is no longer in the race as per the results released by NEC. This notwithstanding, Liberia has had a president, particularly a president who can revive our country after the loss of the last 6 years. Therefore, all registered voters, including myself, have the duty-bound national obligation to have a say in who becomes the president. All registered voters in the Republic of Liberia, including myself, we have a duty-bound national obligation to have a say through our votes who becomes the next president. Today, as in the words of the late Martin Luther King Jr., and I quote, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moment, the moments of comfort and the moments of convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy," unquote. And so I stand here today out of my comfort zone, lying down in my room, maybe having my little chills. So I stand here today out of my comfort zone and my convenience for Mama Liberia. My assessment of our two presidential candidates in the runoff concludes that the Honorable Joseph Nima Boakai has the greater edge of what it takes to adequately serve as the captain of a well-prepared team. The Honorable Joseph Nima Boakai has a greater edge of the two candidates of what it takes to adequately, I'm choosing these words deliberately, to adequately serve as the captain of the well-prepared team to rescue and fix our dear country. I strongly believe that of the two presidential runoff candidates, JMB, as he's commonly called, is my friend, JMB and his team can better get Liberia out of the current doldrums of the woes and depression we are experiencing today. It is against this conviction, it is against this conviction that I Toga Gabriel McIntosh, do hereby through this platform in your presence publicly endorse and pledge my support on the presidential bid of Honorable Ambassador Joseph Yoma Boakai. Thank you. Accordingly, and I'm not going to request the chairman, accordingly, Mr. Chairman,
No, I want to control my sleep.
I herewith take my seat on the train to rescue and fix our dear country, Liberia. Fellow Liberians, ladies and gentlemen of the press, let it be clear and let it be stated clearly and understood clearly that my endorsement today goes beyond my friend JNB as a person. It is about Mama Liberia. My endorsement is rooted deeply in the need to do something positive about the several ills that exist in our society that will impact our nation's image and its survival. As I look around, very briefly, I see a large group of depressed, ordinary Liberians who are during these last 5 years going hungry. I see many of our school-going age children, boys and girls, selling dangerously between the lanes of vehicles on the street and in run-down places during school hours. I also see Liberian young adults and future leaders, most of whom are unemployed, roaming our street aimlessly and being subjected to drugs. I see a significant number of neglected seniors and physically challenged citizens wandering the streets in our communities with little boys and girls facilitating the begging spree. I see our hospitals and our health centers lacking the required basic medicines. I also see the vast potentials that our country has being wasted and left untapped. Of course, I see government officials whose actions or inactions have shown that they do not know what they are doing. Government officials do not know what they are doing, and that cannot and will not change their behavior. So my people, I'm concluding. Today, again, we have a golden opportunity. I'm speaking to our people all over the country. We have a golden opportunity on November 14th to rescue and subsequently fix our country. We must seize this golden opportunity and this defining unit. Liberia has been brought down on its knees during the last half years. Liberia is professionally and technically bankrupt in the various sectors of the economy and our society. I call on all my supporters, and I have a lot. So I call on all, I can see some of them. I call on all my supporters and those who believe in me to boldly join me and other well-meaning Liberians on this mission to save our country's future. We must, at this time, take that difficult road that leads us to greater success. Let us make the hard decisions to do the right things and stop these excuses of not being able to take the right decisions for our lives. Let's correct the wrong. Let's build this glorious land of liberty. Let us together do these things, and those that will make our nation great against and amongst other nations of the world. God bless and guide the Republic of Liberia and save the state. Thank you.
Here today. By the way, please give a mighty hand of applause to Dr. McIntosh. While Dr. McIntosh was talking, you saw walking on the stage one of the presidential candidates at the October 10 polls. She contested as independent presidential candidate. So we are very pleased to recognize the presence here of Madam Bendu Alina Kumar. She's also here to say she's going on number 1 street or 5 street to endorse Ambassador Joseph Kumar Boakai. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we clap for Dr. Toba? Thank you very much. So on this note, we now call on this microphone the vice presidential candidate. The vice presidential candidate on the tickets of Madam Kumar, Honorable Thomas Kura, who is going to read and officially do the endorsement of their team. Please put your hands together for Honorable Kura.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to recognize my political leader in President, Beno A. Kumar, and our rescue father, JMB. We are so delighted to be here today, and also the platform guests. A couple of people I know here. My big sister, Yombi Kanga, who we came from a very long way. Honorable Prince Moy, my brother, and the great chairman of Unity Party, Reverend Luther Tappe, who is very instrumental. We, from the independent party with our logo, Collaborative Bible Change, we have come here today to express our interest, endorsement and support for the candidacy as the next president of Liberia, as engaged and concerned political leader. We have carefully evaluated and your qualification, policy, proposal, character, and also firmly believe that you possess a quality to lead this country. First and most, your experience and competence make you an exceptional candidate for the highest office in the land. Your track record in the public service as well as accomplishments and Liberian politics demonstrate a deep commitment and improving in the life of Liberian people. You have proven leadership skill, sound judgment, and ability to make tough decisions in challenging circumstances. Your comprehensive forward-taking policy platform is another compelling reason for our endorsement. Your proposal on several issues reflect a deep understanding of the process, the present issue facing our nation today. Your vision for Liberia resonates with us and offer real solution to the complex problem we confront in Liberia today. We admire your dedication to promoting several issues and your commitment fostering goals such as economic growth, social justice, and environmental sustainability. Moreover, your integrity, authenticity, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of all Liberians are qualities that set you apart, JMB. You have consistently displayed a genuine concern for the need and aspiration of diverse community across our country, which we appreciate. Your inclusive approach to governance and your ability to listen to and emphasize with concerns of everyday Liberians make you a unifying figure who can bridge division and bring our nation together. We from the Independent Collaborative Bible Change are also impressed by your dedication to transparency, accountability, and ethical conduct. You have consistently upheld the standard of integrity with all concern. And I am confident that you will continue to do so as president for the Republic of Liberia. Your commitment to restoring faith in our democratic institution and promoting ethical governance, commendable and solid leader in the challenging times. Lastly, we would like to highlight your ability to inspire hope and optimism. Our passion for public service, your passion for public service, the ability to communicate effectively, and your genuine connection with people from all walks of life make you a truly inspirational leader. You have the power to ignite the scene of collective purpose and rally Liberians around a shared vision of better future. In conclusion, we wholeheartedly endorse UJMB, your candidacy for President of the Republic of Liberia. Thank you, Kumar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Crown. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I prefer Mr. Crown to read this statement, for me. I was about leading the race, and Mr. Crown said, "Oma, stay there. I am with you." So I stayed. So Mr. Crown came as a major financial backing. At the time, I almost left the race. That's why I gave this young gentleman the opportunity to read this statement on our behalf. So to all my distinguished people, I would like to thank you very, very much. So we'll now present our statement to the Honorable Amara Boakai.
I want to thank you all. At this point in time, once again, we'd like to announce the presence and arrival of the representative-elect and also incumbent representative of District Number 10, Honorable Kura. Of course, I'd like to recognize the National Vice Chair for Recruitment and Mobilization of the UP, Partisan and my own brother, Warren Bryan. And also I recognize the just arrival of the National Youth Chair of the Unity Party, Toga, Melvin Sifo. Ladies and gentlemen, please give us your undivided attention as we call the next speaker on this microphone. For the purpose of endorsement is no other person but the former Finance Minister of the Republic of Liberia. Of course, the man who has worked across the globe, served in several capacities, and the newly elected Senator of Bapolu County. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Fobia State, may you join me as we call on this microphone Honorable Amara Konneh.
Thank you. Please sit down. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you and good afternoon to all of you. Mr. Standard Bearer of the Unity Party, the Honorable Ambassador Joseph Boakai, Rescue One, the Honorable Lucini Kumar, Standard Bearer of the All Liberian Coalition Party, our rescue auntie, Madam Mandela Cooper, the Standard Bearer of all political parties in the alliance, the honorable lawmakers in our legislature, we are present, Mr. Chairman of the Unity Party, our dynamic cheerleader of the campaign, our senator from Grand Bassa County, partisans of all parties in this alliance, fellow Liberians here and listening in Radio Land. My name is Amara Konneh. I used to be finance minister some time back in Liberia. Recently, I ran for the Senate in Bapulu County in the October 10th elections and won. I ran as an independent. I want to thank the people of Bapulu County for the opportunity they have given me to represent them in the Honorable Liberian Senate. Recently, I have seen fit, after many consultations with them and my supporters and my family, to follow another course in this presidential election runoff. That is why I am here today. I believe that the issues confronting us as a country today cross party lines. In this runoff election, there are two sides. One side in this campaign has been telling us that the issues in these elections are hope, quote, hope, end quote, and quote, change, end quote. They used that line, those two words, in the 2017 elections and won. But we have not seen the hope and the change we have seen has taken our country downward and backward. So I have an uncomfortable feeling that this, quote, hope, end quote, change, end quote, if allowed to continue, may lead our country into a deeper crisis from which it will be even more difficult to recover. My fellow Liberians, this year we celebrated the 20th anniversary of the Accra Peace Accord that brought a permanent end to our civil war. That celebration would have been even more triumphant if we had had another 6 solid years of steady economic growth and development. But we have lost that time waiting for, quote, hope, end quote, and, quote, change, end quote. In the meantime,
Liberia has developed a drug epidemic that is destroying our children's future and the future of the young adults who voted for this government in 2017. The CDC party and government that were supposed to protect these young people, that gave their youth to them, have sold them out to the cocaine and the push barons. The George Weah administration that ran on quote hope and change end quote has changed government for the worse, undermining the progress we have made as a people to build the capacity and strengthen the governance institutions in our country. All the systems that we built have all been destroyed. Their idea of change was an indiscriminate reduction in civil servants' pay that has caused many more families who depend on government salaries downward into poverty. They call it quote harmonization end quote. To give the impression that this was about making government work better. That's the impression they gave to the country. But that was a lie. This so-called harmonization policy was a gimmick to create financial space in our fiscal policy for their partisans, many of whom were unqualified for public service at any level. Today, the CDC-led government is unable to fulfill its monthly salary obligations. They threaten civil servants who dare to speak up. As I speak to you, many civil servants across the country are yet to receive their salaries for October. This is not an isolated incident. Just like the drug epidemic that is sweeping across our country, government workers have gone for months without pay. And to all of the civil servants who are listening to this broadcast, this is unacceptable and you should be angry. When I was finance minister here, I followed the protocols laid by my predecessors, Dr. Antoinette Sayer and the Honorable Augustine Peye-Gafuan. We made sure that the civil servant salaries were top priority in our fiscal policy. We paid salary every month and on time. If you worked in the Ministry of Finance during my time, you saw me climbing the steps between my office on the 9th floor and the 2nd floor where they process salaries on the 15th of every month to make sure at the time the wage bill was 23 million US dollars. The most important money in the Liberian economy is the wage bill of the public sector. You can't mess with it and give it some fancy name for harmonization. At the same time, you can pay the harmonized salaries. This is a failed policy. We paid the $23 million directly into bank accounts. That's how, look, there's no magic about this. It's the people money. You put that money in the bank, they're not going to consume all of it at once. That money is going to be used to lend to businesses, to circulate in the economy, from the government to the household and to businesses, and that's how you make people make money. So we did this for 12 years. 12 straight years. Dr. Sire, Augustine Gafwa, Amara Konneh, Kumar, we never played with people wages here and gave them some fancy title and take bread out of their and their family's mouth and subject them to additional poverty in the country where they were making progress. Today, people are unable to pay their children tuition. Everybody has been reduced to beggars in their own country. This government, fellow Liberians, this government has no excuse for abandoning our families and our children by failing to invest in their present and future welfare. I just came off a very tough campaign, and I see representatives and senators who are currently in the legislature and new ones who are about, along with me, to join them. We traveled our counties. We also visited our neighboring counties. Our schools are in sorry state. The buildings that were rehabilitated or constructed after the Civil War have been abandoned. The roofs are off, the benches don't exist, and the children don't even go to school. The drugs are in our schools, destroying Liberia's future. That's what this election is about. It's a referendum on the leadership of President Kura. For example, in my county of Baburu, in Chief Jalalong's chiefdom of Bombaya, there is a town called Bama. There is a school there. That school has now operated in 3 years because there are no teachers. They have retired the teachers, and the Ministry of Education did not deploy new teachers to teach the children. Those children's future are at stake. That is why we must elect Ambassador Joseph Boakai to take. We also have the health crisis. Maybe the other counties, maybe those who supported him, maybe their counties have the best hospitals. In my county, as I travel across all 6 districts, all of the clinics we built in the district headquarters in the first 12 years after the war, and equip them and staff them. Today, those clinics are not operating anymore. Are you listening to me? These are the issues. Now forget about the personalities. Forget about the personal issues. Forget about all the things you're hearing in social media. Let's focus on the issue. There should be an issue-based campaign. The clinics, the hospitals in our country don't have medicine. Pregnant women go to the hospital and the clinics and they deny them entrance until they can pay. Meanwhile, their husbands or their partners don't have jobs to pay for them. Then when the family get through, by the help of some family member, they come out with a white paper as a prescription. They don't come out with medicine. This is the issue. This is the issue in this election. If we allow this to continue, our life expectancy will decrease. We'll be dying early in this country. Do you want to die early? Do you? My brothers and sisters, my friends, fellow Liberians, the issues here are not about somebody's age or somebody's popularity. It's about who has the capacity to change this thing. This is the issue. All across our country, our schools have been abandoned, our healthcare facilities have been abandoned. In my county, I'm going to use my county. In Kura, for example, we built a modern clinic there and put a solar light on the roof and then the freezer to freeze the vaccines before this regime came to power. Today, the solar light is there, the freezer is working, but the grass has actually surrounded the building because nobody is there to run that clinic. The government has abandoned it in the last 6 years. The people there, thousands of them, living in that part in my county called Gemulala district, surrounded by rivers. The Simpor with Bom, the Via River with Lofa, and the Tuma connecting that region to Bokomu and Bopolu and the Monrovia economy. There is a bridge that collapsed in 2020. Up to now, the people are using Kino for their transactions on that river. This is the issue for me endorsing my uncle Joe Boakai. If you know me, you know that I'm a policy person. My endorsement is based on policy. My endorsement is based on good governance. If you care about Liberia, if you really truly care about Liberia, and you call yourself a patriot, there's no way you can go across Liberia for a week and come back and say this regime is doing well. So, this is the government that has modeled itself after the tribalism of the regimes in the past, with most Southeasterners in its most powerful cabinet position. Let's talk it. After the war in Liberia, anybody who became president here must take the approach of inclusion in governance. And yet, they have abandoned the very southeastern region of our country they claim to love and represent, and have laid no infrastructure to connect their own hometowns with the rest of the country. In their own region, where all the government officials are from. The roads leading, meanwhile, the roads leading to government officials' homes in Monrovia are paved with concrete and quota. But they have failed to maintain the farm-to-market roads that the UP government built to connect our people with markets so they can sell their crops and support their family. Nobody wants to be beggar here. All they want their government to do is to empower them just by building roads and fixing their children's school and giving them a working health center. Look, to go to the southeast, many Liberians are now forced to travel through Ivory Coast. But under the Unity Party government, the Unity Party of Honorable Joseph Yuma Boakai, the road to the southeast, even though not perfect at the time, I'm not going to claim profession here, was open all year round, and that government even paid the portion of the road from Harbour to Fishtown, Wokota. So, to my Southeastern people, if you are listening to me, we know how you voted. You voted strictly along travel line. But think that the only modern highway in your region was built by a government in which Ambassador Joseph Yuan Boakai was the vice president. He did not abandon you. When you elect him, not only is he going to complete that road and connect it to the Nimba economy, but he's going to push that road into Grand Cru, into Sino, into Liberia, into Kura. I know that because I did not just jump and endorse my uncle. He knows what we went through. Every time I came, I put him through job interview. I will ask him, I will put him, because you need to know the heart of the person you're going to support to become your president. He told me about that. He said, I want to be president. What else do I have to do for the remaining time of my life? I want to leave a legacy and inspire this country to be themselves. My UP friends are happy that I'm back. Zayo! Unity Party Alliance, Zayo! Amanda! So, that was about the roads, the schools, and our health care system. There's nothing, they don't exist. That's what I want you to know. Then as for the rule of law, I wonder who among us here listening on radio would like to approach the wife and husband of the auditors who were mysteriously murdered in this town, or a mother whose husband or son has been murdered somewhere in Liberia without any due process to law. Ask them if they think that this is a government that should be maintained for another 6 years. There can be no real government, fellow Liberians, while one single Liberian is being killed somewhere in his or her country, and our government holds their bodies for months and takes no action to bring their killers to justice. This is a patriotic issue. If one person is getting killed among us, and nobody is brought to book, and justice is not served, then we don't have a country. All of us are vulnerable. What about the babies and the women and girls who have been raped and sexually assaulted scot-free? Ask them if they think this government should remain in office after they petitioned the country's feminist-in-chief for his intervention, and he ignored their cries and let the police assault them during their protests. This disrespect for democracy and the rule of law has reached the highest level in our country. Not too long ago, the CDC government impeached and removed a sitting justice of the Supreme Court for the execution of his legitimate duty to express dissenting views on a case that did not change the outcome of the president's election. That decision they made, that decision they took, almost plunged our country into a constitutional crisis. They continue to ignore the ECOWAS judgment in favor of the former justice. Now, don't trap that for a rat alone. If we don't, let me say this for you. Now, if you are listening on Radio Unite here, I'm talking about Justice Kabine Janet. Justice Janet is from my tribe. But Justice Janet and myself, not in the same political party. I'm not speaking based on tribal relationship. I am speaking because it was wrong. It was wrong. And the regional court said that it was wrong. Up to now, our government has not respected that decision. It could be you tomorrow. We have to stand up for injustice in our country. But here's the key, here's the thing. When we talk about these things, anytime you and I criticize them, anytime we criticize their bad policies, they denounce us as enemies of the state. And those who accuse us for being enemies of the state are people who know better, are people who can do better for themselves without relying on government people. But they are afraid because they are driven by immediate political expediency rather than patriotism. But we are against those interested with our country's political and economic governance when they practice deception regarding its fiscal shortcomings, when they charge that any criticism of their economic policies mean that we want to end the payments to those who depend on them for a livelihood for insulting their critics. Let me say something to you. When I was here, I know what I did. I ran an expansionary fiscal policy, our government, because we came from war. Right? You have to expand the economy. You have two types of fiscal policy, expansionary and contractionary. You do contractionary on the expensive. Aluta, young listen, this is important. So, under Ambassador Vice President Joseph Boakai's leadership, we were instructed to pursue an expansionary policy. Look, we rebuilt the hydro. We built the road to Nima. We built the road to Bassa. We restore all the transmission and distribution lines of LEC you see today. You do that through expansion. So when you run an expansionary fiscal policy, you run budget deficits. Here, the other side says budget shortfall. But look, what they're doing today is they don't tell you the status of the budget. Right? At least our government, every 3 months, we reported our fiscal outtake to the honorable legislature. The IMF came here, we opened our books to them, they scrutinized our policies, and they gave us more money. It was not for free. We had to work. Oh, you know that government had plenty of donors here, they gave them a lot of money. No, it was not free money, we went for it. Through good policies. Are you with me? Then they say, budget shortfall minister, budget shortfall minister. But budget shortfall will pay salary on time. Right? Budget shortfall was able to pay all the Moronga Street. Budget shortfall was able to raise the money to pay the road from Banga to Sanayi. Budget shortfall was able to rebuild the Liberia electricity system under the leadership of Amara Konneh. Okay? But today, they are running budget surpluses. They have pushed the budget to 800 million. Meanwhile, the hospitals don't have medicine. Meanwhile, the schools are broken down. Meanwhile, civil servants are not getting their pay on time. Meanwhile, we are not paying our external debt on time. To all my friends that are hustling on Broad Street near the Ministry of Finance that are empowered to pay themselves, whether you are a shisha boy or you are a money changer, we connected you with the bank to help you to do your business. I want you to listen to me. Today, they even try to destroy your business centers. You, the downtrodden, they met you in these places, they wanted to destroy them from you. My fellow Liberians, a young man or woman, 21 years old in our country today, is not inspired at all. Because his or her leaders don't inspire them. They don't go to work. The work culture in our country is dead. All the public institutions are moribund. Nothing is working. The growth of the economy is the function of work. It doesn't happen automatically or through lottery. You have to work. Our bosses used to hold us accountable for work to the 3 a.m. in this country to manage this economy. Today, just go to the ministry. Go to the treasury building, the money house of the country. It looks like a dump site. Yes. This is a disgrace. Yes. Ambassador Joseph Boakai will not accept that nonsense. So if you're a 21-year-old boy or girl in this country, you're not inspired. You're not inspired. So the 21-year-old man dream that they don't dream today is the 800 motorbike. Hey, my people. The dream of the young people of our country is a motorbike, $800. Then our sisters, our young girls are vulnerable to men who prey on young girls. I mean, we all have sisters here. We have brothers. We know in our families, we have children who are suffering from the drug epidemic. You've got to change this for them. You have to. While the children are aspiring to get $800 motorbike, go around this town. All the government officials are now the favorite car in town, the Escalade, the BB, American SUV, long, black, with sirens. They cost close to $100,000. How many motorbikes can $100,000 get to empower the young people? This is the issue in this election. To all you young people who just don't like to get paid out, you show your hand, they gave you $1,000. You're going to change that. You deserve better than that. Yes. You need to go to competent vocational school and learn skills, that will make you to have job in this economy. When you go over there, they make you go under the sun, this, that. You give your youth, after you give them power, they leave you. You got to change that. Our old man Boakai, a leader with wisdom, a principled leader, see all the young people as his grandchildren. He will take care of you. He will take care of you. He will give you a better future. So, I ask all of you to reject President Weah on November 14th. And one last thing. How can you have a governor whose foreign minister cannot go by himself abroad? You have me? We have a government whose foreign minister, the dean of the cabinet, the president, envoy to all other presidents in the world. The only time you can go out of the country is when the president goes, you go behind him. Our image abroad is damaged, my people. That's what I'm telling you. We need to elect Ambassador Joseph Boakai to restore the love image of our country. What this election is all about. So, what do we do? What do we do? We want a government that will make sure our children's schools are safe for learning. All our schools get volunteer teachers. We need a president who will appoint a competent and empathetic education minister to actually go out and solve this problem. We got volunteer teachers. Volunteer teachers don't get vexed with me. You're doing a good job. We love you for what you're doing. But if we got a curriculum that will prepare our children if we teach them properly. So we need to assess your qualification and send you to the Teacher Training Institute and then bring you on to formalize you. It has been proven over the years that this government is incapable of doing that. That is why all of you volunteer teachers across this country, I know the president said when he became president he will put you on payroll. But he didn't tell the country how he's going to pay for it. Now another process again. So, vote Ambassador Joseph Boakai. We in the Senate, together with our allies there, will solve this problem for the country. So what do we need to do now? All of us. The campaign is good. The campaign is good. When we leave this stand, what are we supposed to do? We have to have the courage. The courage. Let me tell you something. In 2016, when the World Bank, the IMF, the African Development Bank, the government, all the partners that come here, they did the poverty survey in this country. I heard one minister go on radio and say they're taking people out of poverty. That's a lie. When in 2008, Dr. Kura led the first census in this country, as Minister of Planning and Chairman of Leslie's Board. After he signed that, he went to the World Bank as Executive Director for our constituency. I took over from him. So you're talking to somebody with authority. I want you to listen to me. The poverty rate established in that survey since 1984, the first survey since 1984 was in 2008. Was 68% of the population. Our population then was 3.2 million. Do the math. Then in 2016, under my leadership, we did another poverty survey. The poverty decreased by 52%. You do the math. The UP government of Joseph Boakai took 350,000 Liberians out of poverty. This is not me. This is certified by the international community, including the African Statistics Institute based in Mali. Okay? So I want you to come back to 2023. About 500,000 Nigerians have gone back into poverty. The poverty rate has gone up. They can't justify it. If you want to live in poverty, that's your business. But I believe that Liberia was not made to be a poverty-stricken country. All you need is leadership. All you need is leadership. And between the two choices, justice we have, the leader who can reverse that is Rescue One, Ambassador Joseph Juma Boakai. So, hey man, I don't want the program to fail. But there are plenty to do. So, I came here today to fire you up. To fire you up. Go out and campaign. Don't ask for any money. Do it for yourself. Do it for your country. Do it for your family. Do it because you were not born to be in poverty. Do it because you were not born to be stretching your hand. God gave you talent. All you need is a government that is properly led to nudge you to live up to your best potential. So today, I formally endorse the candidacy for President of Ambassador Joseph Juma Boakai.
So on this note, it's getting late. We need to do some very strategic photo. We now call on our stellar girl who will come and for photo. We need to do some photos before we get late. So we call on you, AMK. Yeah. So thank you very much. We are going strictly. So on this note, after receiving great statements, I will quickly call on the microphone for the purpose of inviting the stellar bearer to respond, the national campaign chair of our party, the Rescue Campaign Alliance, Madam Kura.
Thank you. Our most dependable statesman and incoming president. All of our political leaders here, Honorable Mr. Kumar, Honorable Creator, Dr. Touch. My distinguished police cadet, Amara Konneh, the entire rescue team, all of our rescue children, all of our visitors, and other parties who have endorsed us today, I want to say here that so many lives depend on what we do. So many lives depend on what we do as leaders of this country. I know Dr. Martin Tesh, Amara Konneh, Justice Johnny are all experienced people who serve our country. You know where we came from as a country. You know where all of you brought us. You know where we are, and you know where we need to go. And that's why we are confident that with the rescue team, we are going to rescue this country. So on that note, I want to say on behalf of the rescue mission, I want to take this time to welcome you on the train. We are extremely grateful to have all of you, and we know that we're going to add value to the train, and based on your support, we can be assured that on November 15th, we all will wake up in the morning feeling very accomplished that we will have a new Liberia with Ambassador Joseph Boakai. So on my note, I shall have invited the stand-up bearer to the stage, but we need to hear from, and it's very important for us to hear from the former Chief Justice, Associate Justice, Governor John.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Boakai, and our next President, distinguished personalities here, ladies and gentlemen. We all have come here today to make one clear statement that this country has to change and take a course that is for the betterment of the Liberian state. That we must work together, and let Dr. McIntosh put in place that team of competent, dedicated team that will help Ambassador Boakai to take this country from the pits of decadence to a nobler height. A country that all of us can be proud of. So with that, I want to again say that I am fully on that train to help rescue this country from the hands of incompetence and corruption.
Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, may we all now rise as we call on this microphone the next President of the Republic of Liberia.
Thank you so much. Recognize all of you, the great men and women of our country, opinion leaders, and all of you dedicated Liberians who are yearning for a positive change in our city.
I know my nephew has taken all my life away. But thank you, Amara. Thank you, all of you who spoke before us. As a matter of fact, there are certain things that I have to oppose to. The fact that the people are working. In fact, ambassadors now are presenting their credentials at Jamaica. That's where the work is. And that's the workplace we have to change. This country that was once respected. Let me let you know Liberia. Liberia will be restored in a way that people will wonder. And we are going to do it not because of us, but because of the quality of people that we have and the commitment of our young people, young women. I want to say today that of all the days, today is the greatest day in this country to bring on board people who are committed to this country. I want to appreciate them. I want to thank them for making the choice to rescue this country for our young people. Today, we are in a fight to overturn a country and the group of people that are being called kleptocrats. Can you imagine the calling of country, the leadership as rogue state, that Liberia was never was. So today we are here with a commitment to remove shame from this country, to restore the dignity of the country. And that is why we want to appreciate those who have come, not just for the endorsement, but for the belief that it is possible that we can do it. We ride cars with tinted windows, but we see the suffering of our people. We see the young people who are yearning for a new life. We live in a country where if you defer with the government, and of course, you are ostracized, you won't get a job in your own country. Today, all of that have come there. All the lies about what was in the past, they are made known to you. The choice is simple. How can you serve for 6 years and you don't have confidence in yourself? You're still looking for a way to cheat for election. You're still looking for a way to stop violence. You still trying to intimidate people. Why can't your record defend you? And that is what we all have to work for. To not allow these people to steal this election from you. Let us defend it, the votes of our people. Let us make sure that this country moves on. As a matter of fact, the good way is in abundance. But we have to rescue this country together. And I want to say, the Liberian people know. The Liberians people know. The friendly people of Liberia. The Liberians who have now one day dictated and mass any group of people. The Liberian, everybody, the Broad Street people used to come. We don't have to. They don't been all said. So we want to say to all of you, thank you. Make that one decision that will change your life. Just a few days away. And I can promise you, with all of the talents around you, the commitment, it won't take long the people of the Southeast will enjoy good road. It won't take long, the Liberian children will be back in school. It won't take long to make sure that our country shine again, so that we can be proud of it, the kind of people that we are. We want to thank you for this evening. Let me let you know, a lot of messages have been sent out to people to know that you were not made for people to buy your right with rice, with $50. This country was made for all of us, and it's well endowed. So, Liberians, much has been said, and I want to say to you, commit yourself, go to the polls, cast your vote. That vote will make the decision, and make sure we who are in authority will protect those votes, so that these people that are here today, you see them no more except in their private offices or elsewhere, will take our country daily for prosperity. And I know that is on the way. Thank you so much. Thank to all of you. Thank you all of these eminent persons who are served not only in Liberia, they are served for our country with respect. And that's what we want to restore. And I promise you, in 2 or 3 years, you'll be proud of yourself and your country. God bless you. While we're saying that, we want to, in a special way, recognize our new and incoming Senator, Amara Konneh, are now the coordinator of the campaign for the rest of it. We want to give them that responsibility. We want you young people. Yesterday, I received out of about 150 young people, they call it repentant citizens. I want that number to increase because we want those young people to build their home. Thank you, God bless you, and be safe to all of you. In Liberia, not Liberia.
Focus on Liberia.
The Senator elect